Hello, Virgo, and welcome to your December 2024 tarot card reading. Now, just really quick reminder that if you're interested in the 2025 year ahead overview, which is a one-on-one Zoom session with me, that information is in the description box in the comment thread down below on how to book that. I'm only going to make those available through December, so if you want to get that on the books now is the time to do it. We're going to pull tarot cards. We'll take a look at the astrology transits in your chart, your own individual chart, so you can get a really good handle on what themes are likely to emerge for you throughout 2025. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to start with an oracle card, Virgo. So what is it that Virgo needs to know for December? We start with going forward. So it really does feel like there is movement. There are new beginnings at play, new opportunities, new people are starting to come online. Whatever you've initiated recently, right, whether in your business or in your personal life, chances are things are starting to progress. Now, it doesn't mean that it's not still going to require effort, because I certainly think there's going to be a lot that Virgo needs to do in order to push this forward. And there might be a lot of logistical things to consider, a lot of financial things to consider, how do you incorporate certain people, and just all sorts of different little things to think about. So there's a lot of big picture stuff here, and you're going forward towards something bigger and toward a dream. But you are also really operating in kind of a more small scale type of way of saying, okay, well, in order to achieve this big picture, what is it that I need to do here in order to, on a day-to-day basis, in a building block kind of way, what do I need to do in order to make that big picture a reality? All right, so a lot of logistical things seem to be coming through. But it seems like you have the energy and the mental capacity and the resources to really make that happen. Now is a lucky time. I've been getting this card kind of a little bit more often than normal. Maybe it's Sagittarius season. I don't know. Maybe that's what's going on. But that's good. We like luck. We like that we're positioning ourselves in such a way that good opportunities that can help us can make their way to us. And it might feel like luck, but really it's not. Really what's happening is we're just putting ourselves in the right places, the right time, with the right people. We're having the right conversations. We're asking the right questions. And that way the universe can deliver what we need. All right, so this is a time of activity for Virgo. Now you might still need your solitude moments, your hermit moments, and there probably is still a lot going on, in your private world, with Sagittarius being in the fourth house. There's a lot that happens behind the scenes. So it's not as though all this activity is necessarily obvious to the outside world. Okay, kind of feel like that one. Okay, well, 3 major arcana to start with. So this going forward, it does kind of feel like a soul-driven thing. And I think you're motivated. Like I say, you have the energy, you have the mental capacity, you have the emotional stability to really push on. And with the Strength card, there's also a great deal of will. Now, it doesn't mean that you're not going to still confront fear, and that there aren't still going to be some form of doubts that come in, that there aren't still going to be, certain forces or adversarial energies that try to come in and try to sabotage this. You'll definitely have to deal with that. You're a human being, of course. And yet Strength says, regardless of that, you are still going to overcome all of that. So, you are positioned well to make these steps. And the Magician tells me that you are inspired, you're receiving the right ideas, the desires are coming through, right? There's a real desire to make this new life happen, to reach the next level, whatever that next level is for you. Now, we may not be going from 0 to, a million all at once. We're not trying to get, all the way to like the ultimate dream. I think your big dream is probably broken down into smaller sections. And this is you just kind of reaching that next section for right now. But it's time. It certainly feels ready. Like you feel ready with that High Priestess card. It feels as though you're ready for new depths, because maybe you've reached a certain, like you've plateaued in your growth with where you currently are, and that has started to stagnate. And so you are ready for something deeper, and for you to kind of see a deeper part of yourself. This might require a little bit more vulnerability than you're used to. It might require a little bit more rawness and a little bit more authenticity. But that's a good thing, right? That's good for us to put ourselves in situations where we have to be more real with ourselves and we have to be more real with others. Nothing wrong with that. I'm seeing something truthful and honest coming through. And Virgo, I'm just really not seeing, now we'll see what the rest of the cards have to say, but I'm just really not seeing the complications. Again, yes, strength can indicate that there are certain adversarial energies. Even our ego can get in the way. Our survival instinct can get in the way. All these things that have potential to get in the way, they're just simply not. You just are a lot stronger than those things right now. And I think that's because you're just simply ready. And the universe, your higher self, is saying, okay, Virgo, no more screwing around. It's time for you to really get serious about this. It's time for you to really push forward and just go for it. So what else? What else does Virgo need to see? We have the Queen of Cups, Five of Wands, now I mentioned logistics with going forward. Now keep in mind that your ruling planet Mercury is retrograde and it is in Sagittarius. I'm also, not only is it logistics, but I'm with the Five of Wands, I'm also seeing kind of some difficulty with working with other people. Like if this was just you, I think things would go smoothly, right? If you didn't have to rely on anyone else, or if no one else was involved in this, I'd say like no problem. But because other people are involved, there seems to be a real disconnect. I'm definitely seeing frustration coming through. And maybe it's because other people aren't really aligned with what you're doing, or they don't really understand what you're doing, or they just don't get it. Maybe there is a little bit of a personality clash that's going on. Maybe you're outgrowing people and they really don't like it. Maybe there's an element of jealousy or competitiveness that's going on. But the thing is that Virgo really only likes to compete with itself for the most part. Now, you might be a kind of a unique Virgo that really likes competition. Maybe you've got a strong Mars or something. But for the most part, I would say Virgo individuals tend to, like, yeah, you like competition, but only when it is against yourself. So when we start inviting other people into the story like this, I don't think this is a place that Virgo really likes to be. You're not trying to compete with other people here. You're not trying to prove yourself. You're not trying to like throw elbows or whatever. You're just trying to go in the direction that you're trying to go. So when people are trying to make it be this Five of Wands, I really don't see you getting involved with that, because I don't think you have the capacity to lower yourself to that. Okay, because this is probably rooted in ego, of course, and still a caring of what other people think. And I just don't know that, Virgo, you're in a position where you really are going to care what people think, because you're too heart-led right now. Your intuition is a little too strong. Like this going forward, like there does seem to be some kind of a divine timing, because to me it feels like you've always known that you're going to move in this direction. You just didn't really know when or where or with whom or how you were going to do this. And yet somehow things have just sort of culminated, and now here you are plopped at the beginning of the trail, and now you're ready to kind of move. And this is like what your intuition has been telling you all this time, is that this is the right path for you. This is the direction you've always wanted to go, and this is where your soul wants you to go. So this kind of thing makes no sense to Virgo. And I don't think you're going to really get involved here. And yet still, this is in the very center of the reading, because we're going to pull out 3 more cards. So here, this is in the very center of the reading. So it's strange because I don't see you getting involved. So this does seem to be weirdly central, but also not in your life at all. Like it's there, but you're not there. Does that make any sense? It's there in your life, but you're not involved. So I don't know. It's like people can go throw their temper tantrums, and people can go behave this way, and people can go, grasping and whatever. And I just don't think there's just nothing that Virgo has to offer here. In fact, this will likely inspire this Ace of Wands here, which is, your entrepreneurial spirit, your passion, your fire, even your sex drive for some of you. There's that sense of new adventure with the going forward. This may also feel like nothing can really stop you. This might be more motivation than anything. Motivation for you to really get your ducks in a row. Like again, I mentioned logistics. That's really where I see your energy going. It's like, okay, how do I get all this organized? How do I make all of this happen? Even though this is all going on around you, it's like even that much more motivating for you to get your ducks in a row faster. Because you're like, I have to get away from this 5 of Wands because this is not where I want to be. This chaos is not the way I saw my life going. So, boom, motivation. The Ace of Wands kind of feels a little bit more magical than normal to me. This might be the fire that kind of gets lit under your butt a little bit in order to really make something happen. And maybe it's what you needed. You needed this push out of the nest a little bit. I am getting a lot of that throughout December, that we're all kind of getting pushed out of the nest. We've gotten a little too comfortable with where things are, and now we're needing to go through a growth spurt. But not one of those really painful ones like how we had to go through, a lot of those recently with Pluto and Capricorn. More so a growth spurt that's by choice. So we've got Justice, got the Knight of Wands, Ten of Wands. The pendulum is swinging in order to establish an equilibrium or a balance. There are massive adjustments that are happening here. Something has gotten to an extreme in your life, Virgo. I often see that with Justice. Justice really only comes out when something has gone too far. Like we've gone too far in one direction, and now, as natural law demands, it has to correct. That pendulum has to start swinging the other way, right? That's the law of rhythm. It has to. So something has gone a little too far. Maybe you've been in solitude for too long, or you've been broke for too long, or you've been unhappy for too long, or you've been, whatever for too long. And now it's time for the universe to say, okay, well, this has been in too far of an extreme position for too long. So now we have to kind of bring it back to the middle. And that's when I think the luck is really going to start coming online. I think the Ace of Wands is a part of your luck. I even think this is also a part of your luck, even though it really won't feel like it, because that 5 of Wands is so unbearable for Virgo. I really do not see you having the mental or emotional capacity to deal with that, simply because you are so focused on something more productive and something so much higher level. But this is so crucial as a turning point, because this is when you realize wow, those people are not my people. This place is not my place. This place of work is not where I'm supposed to work. This environment, this culture, this, that, whatever, this is not where it's at for me. And this is what's going to launch something completely brand new. And it feels brand spanking new. It does not feel like you're pulling in anything from the past, or you're not trying to resurrect anything from the past. It feels like you've never, ever, ever been down this road before, ever. And you have to get going sooner rather than later. And here's Justice saying, yep, Virgo, you're right. Let's make sure this pendulum swings and let's get these adjustments in order. Now, the Justice card can be, that process of counterbalancing, because it's not as though we're ever really at equilibrium and we just stay there, right? There's always this like counterbalancing thing going on. And sometimes that adjustment from wherever it has been for a while can kind of feel shocking and feel really uncomfortable. So I think there are going to be significant moments of discomfort throughout the course of December for Virgo. And yet still, Knight of Wands, I feel like your sense of adventure is taking over. That you are treating these new initiatives as the greatest adventure of your life. And I am kind of getting a sense that you are in this full-on, headfirst, 2 feet into the deep end, whatever you want to say, that there's just really no resistance here. I'm getting a feeling that Virgo is all in completely. And it's not even really about the results right now. It's not about what you're going to get or what's going to be returned to you or how much money you're going to earn or anything like that. It's not about what you're going to get out of it. It's who you know you are going to become because of it. But I like the cups with the wands here because to me, there's like an emotional and a spiritual component that's coming out. This is not necessarily the most logical thing. Now, there are a lot of logistics involved here. So yes, I'm not saying logic has no part in it, but all of the decisions are really more spirit and heart, which makes it more pure and it makes it more honest. Because again, if it was coins, we wouldn't be so concerned with what we're going to get out of it. If it was the swords, well, we would just be thinking about it and we might be overanalyzing things. But right now it's just like, nope, let's just go for it. Let's just dive in. Let's have faith. Let's trust. Let's surrender. Let's go on the adventure. Let's see how this goes. And there just seems to be no restraint at all. And to me, with the 10 of Wands, it tells me that this is something that you are absolutely dedicated to doing, and you are willing to put in the work that you know it's going to require. So you're not afraid of this work. You're not afraid of this growth. You're not afraid of who you have to become in order to be this person. It's like really whatever you can do to kind of get out of your old funk, whatever you can do to get out of your old life that you're not happy with. Again, I'm not saying every aspect of your old life, but for the most part, things that you're really unhappy with, this is your opportunity to get out. And you know it, you can see it, you can feel it, you can sense it on every level. And I'm looking at this 10 of Wands and I'm saying, like, this is something you have to do by yourself. No one else can come on this journey with you. And we see that clearly with the 5 of Wands, that this is very much a journey that Virgo and Virgo alone must take. Now, I'm not saying you might not have a spouse or a significant other or children or something that may also be somewhat affected by it, but this is a personal development moment for Virgo. And again, no one else can do this for you. Thing with the 10 of Wands, though, is that it's always worth it. This hard work, we're always building something bigger. It's always worth it. And people and other people, more than just us, can benefit from this. So it's not a selfish endeavor. It's not something that where we're just trying to get something out. Again, I don't see you trying to get anything out of anything. You're not trying to get. You're just trying to evolve. Okay? All right. Kind of an interesting reading. Not really the one I was expecting for Virgo, but that's okay. Just Sagittarius season. Sometimes you can get a little bit more on the spiritual side. Let's go ahead and see what comes through with the clarifier. So the cards I'm about to pull out, we will cover in the comprehensive reading. So the link for that will be found in the description box in the comment thread down below. We're going to talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about all these cards. So it is a pretty in-depth reading. So we do like to kind of go into more detail if we can. So let's see what comes through with the strength card. So what is it that Virgo needs to know about this strength card? Okay, we've got the Six of Cups. What else? We've got Death and the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, a magician on a magician. I love when I get doubles like that, but I'll pull out 3 more. We got the Ace of Coins. Another Knight of Wands. And a King of Coins. Beautiful. So now for the High Priestess. Chariot, the Emperor, Page of Wands, the Moon. Yeah, this is definitely requiring a lot of faith because there are no promises. You know, there's really no promises of success. There's no promises that it's definitely going to pay out. So, you know, you really are going on... Oh, we're getting another repeat. Let me pull out 2 more cards. You really are going on faith. 7 of Coins and 2 of Wands. Page of Cups. Eight of Swords, the Hermit. There's your solitude moment. 5 of Coins. See, I knew that the extreme, it got too extreme. You were here in this 5 of Coins place for too long, and now it's time for you to come out of that place. 10 of Cups, exactly. 4 of Cups. King of Wands. 4 of Swords. Another Ace of Wands, 4 of Wands. 9 of Cups, and last but not least for Virgo, 10 of Coins. Beautiful. Love to see the 10 of Coins. All right, so this is where we're going to pick up in the comprehensive. So if you want to join, the link is in the description box in the comment thread down below. Thank you so much, Virgo. I hope you have an amazing month, and I'll talk to you soon.